Okay, so I'm idiotic, stupid dog, and this was a really weird and sinister Johnny Depp movie. It was it was a brooding, occultish noir, film noir. It was a young Johnny Depp. Anyways, I'll make it a long story short. Johnny had a family. He got mixed up with the mob. The mob sent a contract killer to take him out. First thing they did is they took his wife and his little baby girl, about 11 years old, hostage. They gave him a little slap arounds, a little torture. They showed it to Johnny on a video camera because this movie was set back in, I don't know what it was, like the early 90s or something. So anyways, Johnny, he goes crazy. He's like, these guys, so this contract killer, he says, I'm going to kill you, but first you're going to go around with me, and we're going to figure out all the bad crap that's been going on around here. We're going to settle some scores. We're going to even up some scores. You're going to help me, and if you don't, I'm going to kill in a torturous, vicious, horrifying manner your wife and your little 11-year-old girl. And this was the eerie part. You know what Johnny did? So Johnny gets a revolver, 6-shot 38 revolver. And he finds out where this Goomba is staying. He goes up to his cabin. It's like at a little resort or whatever it is. He goes up and he knocks on the door and he's getting his pistol ready to blow this guy's brains out. And the guy steps up behind him. He says, hey, big guy, who are you going to shoot with that? And then he takes out his video camera that he had, and he says, look at here. It's like a very bulky thing. It was like a stopping point in the scene because he had to flip the screen open. He had to find that thing. He was struggling to try to find it. He had to rewind it, forward it. It was like in the old days when you had a camcorder and they really got really technical and you could actually review your videos on the camcorder itself. He goes, look here, big guy, to Johnny, the mafioso hired contract killer. He says, Johnny, check it out. This is your daughter. And they were slapping his daughter around a little bit. He goes, I'm going to kill this girl. They're going to chop her in little pieces. It's going to be disgusting. It's horrible. They're going to torture your own wife and your own little girl. And this was like a really weird, eerie part. Johnny pulls out his revolver out of the back of his belt. He always kept in the back of the belt, and he clicked it loud. He flicked the safety off, and he clicked the hammer back loudly. And he kind of braced there like a cop getting ready to shoot at a target. And he says, and the guy goes, you're not going to shoot me. Johnny says, let me make sure you understand what I'm thinking right now. I'm going to kill you right now because at least that way I got one. And they may kill my wife and they kill my little daughter, they kill me, but at least I got one. After I kill you, I'm going to go try to get me another one. See what I'm saying that way? That way, it's going to be a little, tit for tat. It's going to be a little bit, we're keeping score that way. And you may get my daughter or you might get my wife, but I'm going to get you right now. And that guy swallowed. He was playing up like that. No way Johnny would ever pull this. And he was still hoping it was a bluff. And Johnny kind of stepped back a little bit so he could get a good shot. And he says, but I'm going to do you a favor. And he shoots him right in the neck, right through the neck. The guy goes down like a sack of beans. Blood's coursing out all over the place. It's a big puddle forming behind his body, his neck, and pumping up like a fountain out of his neck. He starts mucking around trying to get to his gun. He ain't getting to that gun. Johnny steps it over. He says, hey. The reason I shot you in your neck is so you could watch yourself die. So that scene kind of comes to a conclusion. And this whole thing gets kind of crazy, and it's like a little bit too eerie. It's a little bit too off-putting. It turns out that by the end, Johnny, his wife, and a few other innocent bystanders, they all get killed. But the little 11-year-old girl and Johnny's granddad, they survive. They survive the bloodletting. It gets to be kind of a violent thing. Johnny kills a few more of them. The thing was, the part that made it so eerie is Johnny had given up all hope, and he didn't really value life. I think he might have been a depressive. They showed him popping a few pills, but they never explained it in the movie what the pills were. It was a really eerie, dark movie. It was a film noir, kind of from the late 80s, early 90s, when they didn't know what they were trying to become. The film didn't even know what, directors, whatever it was. It was after The Godfather. It was after Jaws. They didn't know what they were going to try to do. And this movie was really brutal and gruesome because Johnny's like, hey, my daughter, my wife, I'm going to put them on my mind. I'm just going to go collect bodies. I'm going to go make a number. And that was just like really, really weird, eerie Johnny Depp movie. But, hey, que sera, sera.